Hello lovely people, you are welcome back to my channel. I say a very big thank you to my subscribers, and if you are just coming across my channel for the first time, please do well to subscribe to this channel. So in today's class, we'll be learning how to make our multi-purpose liquid soap, very thick and foamy. We'll be making 15 liters of multi-purpose liquid soap. So whenever you are working with any chemical, please put safety first. Use your nose masks and your hand glove. So I said we'll be making 15 liters, and here in this bowl I have my water, 15 liters measured already. I have my turning stick, and you will need a big mixing bowl like the one you are seeing. You also need some other bowls to dissolve some of your chemicals. I label these bowls so that I will know the chemical I'm taking at a particular time. I label this first one STTP. I label the second one SLS. I label this third one soda ash, and I label the last bowl caustic soda. So I'll be introducing our chemicals to us right away and their measurement. This is my soda ash. We'll be using 100 grams of our soda ash. I will be highlighting their function at the end of the video. And this is our SLS, the one that looks like a grain of rice. I have 50 grams. And the next thing is my Texapon, 100 ml. SLS and Texapon, they perform the same function, so some people will just use one and not use the other, but I'm using both. Then the next thing I have with me is my STTP, which is 50 grams, and the next chemical is my caustic soda, 50 grams, and I have my nitrosol, which is 150 grams. This is going to be the base of our liquid soap. And the next chemical is our sulfonic acid. Sulfonic, not sulfuric, please. Sulfonic acid. Sorry, I'm showing you soda ash again. It's just a mix-up. So this is my sulfonic acid I'm talking about. I have 500 ml of sulfonic acid. It looks like tonic. 500 ml. Then I have my foam booster. 300 ml of foam booster. This is what my foam booster looks like. This is foam booster, 300 ml. Then I have my preservative, 10 ml of preservative. I know some will be wondering, is it compulsory to put preservative? Well, if your soap is not going to stay very long period of time, you can do away with preservative, or I'll be adding preservative to my own. And please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please encourage me and subscribe to my channel. I am begging you. So, and I will also be using color. Yes, I'll be using lemon green color, and I will be using fragrance too. This is my fragrance perfume. Perfume is optional, but if you want to give it a very nice smell, you can use perfume. So my color, I have it in powdered form. I will dissolve it and keep. This is the container I'll be using to dissolve my color. So remember, I showed you some containers that we'll be using to dissolve some of our chemicals the other time. So the chemicals I labeled on those containers are the one we are going to dissolve. So this bowl I'm showing you is calibrated inside. It's the one I'll be using to take 500 ml of water to dissolve each chemicals. I will dissolve SLS, caustic soda, soda ash, and STTP only differently in those bowls. So after they dissolve, I'll come and show you what they look like. And that is when we are going to continue our production. It is advisable you dissolve them ahead, because some of these chemicals need to cool down before you start using them, most especially our caustic soda. If it is not cool before you add it to your production, it might end up frying your liquid soap, and that might just be the end of your liquid soap. Yes, so it is advisable you dissolve. You can dissolve them overnight if you want to start your production in the morning. Can you see how cloudy they become when I added them to the water? Can you see it? So all these things need to be clear before you start your production. Some we add it and stir like it's stressful. These are our chemicals. This is my SLS, the one that looks like grain of rice after it has dissolved. Can you see it? Can you see how clear my soda ash has become? This is my STTP and that's my caustic soda. Can you see them? They have dissolved and now we are ready to start our production. Please make sure your chemicals cool down before you start your production. It is very, very important. So the base of our liquid soap is going to be our nitrosol, the only powdered chemical that we did not dissolve. So we add it to our water and we stir. We stir on it become thick. When you are adding it to it and you are stirring it, you might be wondering if it will ever get thick. Yes, it will get thick. It will just take you some time. So this is me adding my nitrosol to my water, and after adding it, I will stir it. I'll keep stirring until it gets thick. This is me still stirring, adding and stirring it. Add it and stir. Don't worry, just keep stirring. It will eventually get thick. Just make sure you stir it very well. So can you see what my nitrosol has become? Can you see how thick it has become? I hope you guys can see it. So after it has gotten to this level, you start adding your chemical gradually. The first one I'm going to add here is my caustic soda. You add it to your nitrosol and stir. Your caustic soda is a cleansing agent. You add it and you stir. Make sure you stir very well, like 5 to 7 minutes before you add another chemical. Stir them very well. Let it mix well before you start adding the next chemical, please. Keep stirring. So after adding my caustic soda and stirring very well, the next chemical I am going to add is my soda ash. I will add my soda ash to my mixture and mix very well again before adding the next chemical. Soda ash is also a cleansing agent. So you mix thoroughly before you think of adding the next chemical, please. If you don't mix it very well, you might not really like the outcome of your soap. So after mixing my soda ash very well, the next thing I will add is my STTP. STTP. That's the next chemical I'll be adding to my mixture right away. So after adding my STTP, I am going to mix it very well. You mix very well after adding each chemical. It is very, very important. STTP is also a cleansing agent, as I have mentioned earlier. This our liquid soap has so many cleansing agents in it. So that is why it is referred to as multi-purpose liquid soap. You can use it for a lot of things. You can even use it to wash clothes. So after mixing it very well, the next thing I'll be adding is my SLS, the one that looks like a grain of rice. So you add it, you mix. So after adding your SLS, remember SLS and Texapon, I told you they perform the same function. So I will add my Texapon. SLS and Texapon, they are both foaming agents. Yes, they are foaming agents. So you add it and you mix. Some people will use only SLS, they will not use Texapon. Some will use Texapon, they will not use SLS. And some will use both, just like the way you see me doing right here. So after adding my SLS and Texapon and mixing it together, the next thing I'll be adding is my sulfonic acid. So I'm going to add my sulfonic acid right away and mix. Sulfonic acid is a foam booster and at the same time a cleansing agent. So you add your sulfonic acid to your soap mixture and you give it another thorough mixing. So the next thing I'm going to add is my foam booster. From the name, you know what it does. Foam booster. You add it to your soap mixture and give your soap another mixing again. Then if you want to add glycerin, you add it before putting in your preservative. Right here I am adding my own preservative. And for your color, if you want to add your color, it is not advisable for you to pour the color directly into the whole mixture. You scoop out a little portion of your liquid soap, add the color into it, mix the color and mix the quantity you scoop out very well with the color before you now add it back to your main production, because some of those colors, if you add them directly to your soap, it might make your soap to become a little bit watery. So it is not advisable for you to add it directly. The same thing goes to your fragrance. You add it, you can add your fragrance to this one you see me mixing right away. So you add your color and your perfume to the one you scoop out, mix it very well before you add it back to the whole mixture. So this is me. I have added my the quantity I scoop out back to the mixture and I'm mixing it very well. So after giving it a thorough mixing, what you will do is you put it in a container, probably the one that has a cover, and allow it to rest for at least 24 hours. Then you come back and check your soap. By the time you come back after 24 hours, you see how your soap will look like. Everything would have settled down and become very clear. So I'll show you what our soap look like after 24 hours. And please don't forget, if you have gained anything from today's class, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get updated whenever I upload new video. And don't forget to put on your notification. But this is me trying to scoop my soap into another container to keep it for 24 hours. So this is what our soap look like after 24 hours. Can you see how clear it is and very thick and foamy? So this is our soap. Thank you so much guys for watching this tutorial. See you in my next tutorial.